Real boxing knowledge too. This is RBK, yours truly in the building. Hey, check it out, man. We're gonna cover Canelo and the huge duck that he just did versus Jermall Charlo. We're going into year 9. I don't know what to think about all of that. We're gonna cover Spence versus Ugas coming up on April the 16th. It's official. And we got fight week with Danny Jacobs versus John Ryder. Danny is making his debut at 168 super middleweight. Will his power carry to 168? We don't know. We're about to find out. All right, fellas. Welcome to Real Boxing Knowledge 2. Our hosts, our phenomenal RBK co-hosts, Mr. Antonio Norman and D. Clagan will be available later on this week in the broadcast. But right now, we're going to get on the topics, the hot topics, and it's unbelievable. The developments that are happening here are nothing short of astounding. So let's chop it up. All right, fellas. I mean, I'm a fan. I've been a Canelo Alvarez fan since Canelo handed Josecito Lopez his behind. I mean, that was such a phenomenal fight. I instantaneously became a Canelo Alvarez fan. But this is disheartening right here. I don't know. I understand loyalty, and you stick with your peeps and whatnot. But when they keep disappointing you, I mean, the world wants to see Canelo versus Jermall Charlo. And for whatever reason, I mean, we just keep finding alternatives to make sure that we stay out of the ring with versus Charlo. And it's on purpose, man. It's no excuses. I mean, that's it. He had a $50 million guaranteed purse from Al Heyman. And you cannot tell me as much of a hustler as Eddie Hearn is, you know, it wouldn't have been no problem for Canelo to come back after, quote unquote, beating Jermall Charlo and facing 40-year-old Triple G and, probably having the judges, the fix in on the judges for the Bivol plan. Bivol probably be laying on the ropes like everybody else. We haven't seen Bivol laying on the ropes at all in any fight in his whole career. But suddenly he won't be able to escape Mr. Canelo Alvarez. Man, those are fixed fights. Plant fixed. Kovalev fixed. Callum Smith fixed. And BJS got hurt. Billy Joe Saunders got hurt trying to, pay to play, pretty much. He let Canelo hit him at the wrong angle and got his face broke. It adds to the mystique, but I don't buy it. All of these people, like Callum Smith. Callum, go back and look at that fight. Look at the fight right after the Canelo fight. He went back to fighting like he normally fights. Callum fights tall and rangy, okay? He's got a serious jab. You cannot pin that boy on no ropes, especially a little 5'7" Canelo. He could have never, Callum was literally crouching in front of him so that he's the same height. Like if Canelo is the microphone right here, Callum was like this. And then Kovalev was pity pat jabbing the man. Those are fixed fights. Don't nobody fight like that. Nobody that's trying to win a fight fights like that. But when you got Canelo money, okay, you can say, look, the judges are going to give the fight to me. anyway. So you're not winning this fight. And you ain't going to knock me out. He ain't, y'all ain't knocking Canelo out, especially since the money is there. Kovalev admitted his fight was a money fight. He's on record. Totally. He's copping to the pay to play. You can't knock the hustler, or how they say, don't hate the player, hate the game. The game is rigged. And I know you guys want to cheer for Canelo, but there's a reason he won't get in the ring with Jermall Charlo. There's nothing stopping him, by the way, at all. He can get all three of those fights. Canelo can fight anybody he wants to fight, period. Okay, so you can't dream up a reason or come up with nothing. Or, you can stick your fingers in your ear and do like this. I'm not going to listen to RBK. I'm just going to do it. Nigga. Look, you're not 5 years old. The truth is, your boy is shook. He's clearly shook. You don't duck a fight for 8-9 years unless you're scared to fight. You know what it is? Here's the real deal. Jermall will not lay down and take no butt whooping for no paycheck, especially against Cinnamon. That's not happening. Okay. And that's why the fight ain't happening. That's the only reason the fight ain't happening. If he would go ahead and take that butt whooping, he'd have been had the Canelo fight. Easy. If you don't believe that this is true and you think I'm just full of it, Barbie K, you talking smack. Canelo is the bomb. Yeah, he is. But go back and watch the Plant fight. Score like you know something about boxing, okay? Score that fight from round 1 to 11. If you can find 9 rounds, because that was a unanimous decision with the judges. If you find 9 rounds that Canelo won in that fight, you're Albert Einstein. Okay? He didn't win them 9 rounds. And don't try to just, oh, well, yeah, it's, corruption. And don't hide behind the corruption. He was losing that fight just as sure as fat meat is greasy. Okay? And the judges still had it 9 rounds to 2. So if I'm Caleb Plant and I walk up in the ring fully well knowing the judges are against me, Plant is not a knockout artist. He's going to lose this fight either way. So there was a step aside money, a fixed check in there that says, okay, if you let me win by KO, then you're going to make another $10 million. What would you do? Look how happy Caleb's girl is. She don't give a dang about that fight. But those of us that love the sport, you're not going to, piss down our back and say it's raining, okay? We saw what happened. Caleb did exactly what he claimed he would not do. He laid on the ropes just like Callum. Callum got his bicep knocked off. Nobody's saying that Canelo can't hit. Boy got power like a Mack truck. But the bottom line is he's not like a Floyd Mayweather with the fluidity and he ain't got all that. So he's not going to really outbox people. He has to power his way through a fight. Okay, now he got a little defense. He learned a few things. If you stay in the ring long enough, you're going to learn something. Okay, but you're not Floyd Mayweather. Okay, you are not Mr. Unbeatable. Plant was way ahead in that fight, just as sure as fat meat's greasy. And suddenly, he's on the canvas because he let himself be on the canvas. He went over there and laid on the ropes and let Canelo just beat him up. And that's what happened. So I'm disgusted, honestly, because I want to think higher of Canelo. I want him to be the champion that he's supposed to be, that he's purported to be. Okay, but he's not. And he keeps proving it to us over and over. You don't keep avoiding the same dude. Now you got him in your face. You got Al Heyman giving you $45-50 million guaranteed money. And you run over to the zone because look, Canelo's a free agent. He could have had all 3 of those fights. Ain't no reason, if you want to do it backwards and come back and make me a big bowl of crow, giant bowl of crow. with a spatula, and I could just sit and eat it. Get your tail in the ring with Jermall Charlo if you're a man. If you're a mouse, stay on your European tour and paying those boys to take beat downs. Okay? Because that's all you're doing. We see that this is what you're doing. Ain't nobody blind. Ain't no fog. There's no. Nobody's not. You know, we're intelligent enough to understand what we're looking at. Okay? So, hey, it's like this. You hear that? That's a lion. Where you at, Senator? Them Charlo boys been calling you out going on 9 consecutive years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. We're into 9, going into year 9, because it's been a good 8 years. Okay. So this is disgusting, man. Yeah, I'm very upset about this. I thought we were finally gonna have him in the ring with a real fight, because I know the Charlo's too proud. Those twins, they're proud. They're not laying down. If you beat them, you beat them. Okay.
Gotta put on for real now.
Jermall, do you think Canelo's move to 168 means that he don't want no smoke at 160?
No.
He's scared.
Yes, he is.
Where you at, Cinnamon? We've been calling you out for a long time. It's that time to show up. Show up. We give the people what they want to see. If people want to see us fight the best in the world, we feel like we're the best in the world. Come on, man. Stop running behind De La Hoya. Stop doing all that, man. Stop acting like that. Man, you know what's up. We don't need dazzle. We don't need none of that. The belts make the rankings, and that's what we're here for. We #1 in the world. We the best in the world. You see it. Let's get it.
You see that? That's the truth. Staring everybody in the face. Now, you guys can run around pretending like you don't really know what's going on all you want to. I am not going to back off and let the curtain fall and just go along. We ain't doing that. We have re-administered the old nickname that we had back, just a few years ago. We were calling Canelo Alvarez Super Duck. Well, he's back. Super Duck is back. We will be posting about Super Duck on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram, okay, as well as YouTube, because this is ridiculous. You guys, man, you supporting this guy. Don't support this. Do not. Make him fight, man. Just, he'll get tired of people calling him a coward. He's got a few of these internet hosts saying that he really wanted the Charlo fight. You know what? Canelo gets what Canelo really wants. Ain't nobody telling him no, clearly. Okay? Plant outboxed him that whole fight and then laid on the ropes and let himself get knocked out. But the judges had him 9-2. Come on, man. We don't need another 118 to 110 to see that it's fixed. It's BS. All right, guys. That's all you know what? No, I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I'll go ahead and cover Spence, and then we'll do another video for the rest of the gang here. We'll do a Jacobs and a Shakur and a Mayweather video after this one, but we'll go ahead and cover Errol Spence. Errol Spence, like he said, is doing all the heavy lifting. Errol the True Spence has the IBF and the WBC welterweight championship. He's going for the WBA championship. And people are trying to criticize and hate on him because he's good. And y'all don't have no answer for him. Ain't no Canelo that you can ride out on. Ain't nobody else got enough money to cheat in plain sight like Canelo does. Okay. So you don't have no heroes. None of you guys have anybody for Errol the True Spence. You got Terrence Crawford running around. Crawford is scared of his own shadow. If you're not compromised in some way or shape, form, or fashion, Terrence Crawford is not getting in the ring. How are you turning down Al Heyman checks? What? Okay, now look, I'm riding with Bud with his lawsuit against Bob Arum, because either Bob was holding him back or he is the complete coward. Okay, because you're looking at the talent level that Bud clearly possesses, but it hasn't been tested against elite competition. You can't take a guy that can't even finish a fight and say that he was in competition. And he was beating Bud, and that would be Porter. Okay. Porter was beating Bud Crawford and then wigged out or something, I don't know, and let himself get hit. He didn't even really get hit that hard. Go back and look at them punches that he got popped with. It wasn't no world. You seen Spence hit somebody, that head go flying. Next thing you know, he get hit in the face a couple times and he's sitting down on the dang canvas. Porter was a shell of himself. Spence knocked the fire out of him, so Crawford picked up his leftovers. And that's the way it is. All right, that ain't, look, Ugas beat Pacquiao. We have to give Ugas some respect because he was able to beat a legend. However, that legend was 40-something years old. All right, so you should have beat him. You just did what you were supposed to do. All right, so strap season at AT&T Stadium here in Dallas. Errol the True Spence, April the 16th, is going against Ugas. He's trying to pick up another strap. We believe he's going to do that. And our prediction is if Spence stops Ugas, we will not see Bud Crawford in the ring in 2022 versus Errol Spence. It won't happen. He'll probably go ahead and just retire or something and just, try to act like it was such confusion or something. So he retire. But look, there's some chicken-ish, you know what I'm saying? We try to keep the profanity at a minimum on the broadcast. But for real, I mean, this is just, we tired of all of the excuses. And yes, Boots Ennis, we think stops Crawford easy. He exposes Crawford. And Crawford will be 35 years old in a minute. So, if he was about something, he would be trying to be about something while he has his wits about him and his skill set and everything. He's still young enough to make some noise. He running around BS. Okay, you got an illegitimate record. You fought a lot of soft competition, and that's just the bottom line. So it is what it is. Go ahead and like and subscribe to the broadcast. Hopefully you can appreciate the truth. Ain't no fanboy stuff, no fluff. We just like the sport to be 100%. Everybody, the best should fight the best, and just bandwagoning somebody because you got the same, y'all from the same hometown or something, or the same country or whatever. Roll with the talent. That's what makes the sport of boxing fantastic. It's mano y mano, the best fight the best. Not all this arranged mess. How you a world beater and you gonna duck the top fight that everybody wants to see for a fight that nobody even cares if they ever see? Bivol and Triple G, you cheated Triple G already. You cheated him in the first fight. You didn't win that fight at all. And everybody knows it. And now you're going to go for a trilogy against a 40-year-old fighter. You got all these young lions. You got Andre, you got Charlo. You ain't fought neither one of them since 2014. We headed into year 9 waiting on you to show up and fight Canelo. Really? That's sorry as all get out. But I'm gonna just leave. I'm gonna just leave that where it is. Yes, I said it's sorry. It's weak. It's all messed up. Okay. Somebody need to get in that boy's ear and tell him to find his cojones. It's gut check time. When you gonna show up and actually do something that's worthy of all the hype around you, Mr. Alvarez? When? All right. Like and subscribe to the channel, people. Put your comments in the comment section. I don't care nothing about your loyalty to your country. Your boy can't really beat the real people. He needs a fix in the fight. Period. And I'm out. Peace.